a pair that rented their kids to the government. You rented your kids out. And when an informant, which is the mother, went ahead and signed those paperwork, she defrauded the system because she took away from the state. That's one of the reasons why if you look on the birth certificate, if you look on your birth certificate, you only see the mother's name and address. You don't see the estate holder, which is the father's name. The father's address on the birth certificate. You will never see the father. Because why? Because they have to go publicize it. And just like when you file any type of affidavit, you file any UCC or you file anything, it's public record. Right? So they go put it, so when they publicize, they go put in a newspaper all the way in, the father live in Kansas. They go put a newspaper somewhere in Australia. Who the hell is Australia? And they ain't got no address to go find, to report missing property, which is the child. So if you don't have any address or any, there could be 800 Mark Davis Anthony. Who's about to go through 1,000 Mark Anthony Davis or Peter Kishevos or whatever to go find the estate owner of this property? Hardly nobody. So when they do that, guess what? You got 30 days to claim it. The father don't even know what's going on anyway, so he can't even go reclaim his abandoned property because he don't know anything about it. So guess what? Now the child becomes a ward of the court. Now they own you. Now under the 14th Amendment citizen, that child is a corporation. And then they go ahead and they create corporate documents. And that's why you get a social security number, which is an EIN number, which is a tax identification number, which is an employee identification number. That's what a social security number is. You just don't understand when they put the two numbers in a dash, that's a standstill corporation. You are a walking corporation. That's the reason why they put two dashes. Differentiate, let you know the difference between a standstill corporation and a walking corporation. And now that you know you're a corporation, what are you going to do about it? But they make sure that the stakeholder, which is the father, cannot find his abandoned property. And once he can't find his abandoned property, then that property becomes what? Award. It's awarded to them. You gave it to them. You and the mother and the father gave their kid off. You rented your kids to them. But the reason why you rent it is because they don't know if you're going to come back, because they can't take complete ownership because they don't know if you're going to come back one day and authenticate your birth certificate on the state or federal level or both. They don't know if you're going to come back. They don't know if the kid going to come back. So they allow you to rent against your will because you are being defrauded, not even understanding what you're doing. You thinking you signed on discharge papers. How many people have kids and sit there and said, I'm going to go and read through all these papers that they gave me at the hospital. The father tired, the mother in distress, she in pain. She want to get with the baby and she want to go home. She ain't about to read that. They say sign here, just like when you go get a car. They know how anxious you are to go or not to read or not to understand or whatever like that. So you will sit there and you will say, when you go get a car, when you go get a house, how many of you guys sit there and actually read all of the papers when they go get the notary and if you ever bought a house, they sit a notary right in front of you and they'll say, okay, sign here. You get to sign here. Oh, this is, and then they'll briefly explain what it is, and they know that you're being defrauded, but they'll simply explain. Sometimes the notaries and sometimes all it the title company and all that, they know what they're doing. They know you're being defrauded, but how many of you actually sit there and you say, oh, okay, well, let me read it. Okay, no, because then that would take because it's like 500 pages when you're signing a mortgage. So who's going to sit there for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours and actually read it? No, you're just happy to get your house and get the keys and go move in. You don't even know in that paperwork. If you go look, if any of you guys have a house, go get the deed, go get the original mortgage paperwork, request it from the lender. Yeah, truth in lending. Yeah, go get it. File an affidavit of truth. And guess what? If you look in that mortgage paperwork, you'll see that they made you the trustee. And they became a beneficiary. That's the reason why they're able to go into your Social Security trust, because they have the signature, which is the cash. Go look at your car. Go look at your car paperwork. Made you the trustee. Go look at your credit card. Made you the trustee. Go look at anything. They made you the trustee. You better believe that. And they became a beneficiary. When you went to sign your kid up for school, you made them the trustee. You go to college, same thing. It don't matter. Get a job. You're making them the trustee. They're making you the trustee. Doesn't matter what you do with that name, you're giving it away. Two ways you can give it away. You can verbally give it away, a wet signature. And then you sign it in black. You never sign, you guys don't sign anything in red or blue ink. That is the living. Before oxygen or CO2 hits your blood, it's blue. You get a cut, come out red. Purple is royalty. You don't understand those three colors. Black is death. That's the reason why they always giving you black pens and making you sign anything in black. Why do you think all corporations use black ink? They use black ink when they write you any kind of document. Do you see them use purple, blue, green, orange, red, yellow, turquoise? Nothing. They use black. They use the ink of the death. The judge got a black robe. Police officers got black uniforms. I mean, they put it right in front of your face. Always black something of death because they're corporations, because they're dead corpses. And one thing I'm gonna tell you this is that corporations, dead entities can't talk to a live entity. That's the reason why you need to authenticate your birth certificate on the state and federal level, because the living can't talk to the dead. The living can't talk to the dead. Okay? Only dead can talk to the dead. If we was dead right now, we was underground, we was in hell, we'd be able to communicate. But if I'm on earth or I'm in heaven and you in hell, how we gonna talk? How we gonna communicate? One of the reasons why they make sure they do different formalities, like make sure that you get a public defender to speak on your behalf. He's not going to convey everything that you say. He's not going to interpret everything that you say. He's going to interpret what he wants. Because why? Because his first duty is to the Bar Association, second duty is to the court, and third duty is to you. I don't want anything representing me, and their third duty is to me. You have to understand that every police department under 1950 Army Act are all corporations. I don't care if it's sheriff departments. I don't care if United States military, Army, police. I don't care what state, whatever. Under 1950 Army Act, they're all corporations. They all have EIN numbers. Owned by the British. I don't care if it's all courts in America. Every court in America and every court in Britain, all that stuff like that's owned by Britain. That's one reason why they have an EIN number. All courts in America, every lawyer, every judge, every district attorney, every clerk, which is the original judge in the courtroom, they all have bar cards. And all their duties is to the bar.